Communicating now publicly in front of God and everybody that I feel that what we're doing is not meeting the expectations of the public in the area where we live. And I have put forward recommendations. I have sat back and waited, and I'm looking for specifics and action items ahead of the August 7th and August 10 meeting when we're in South County, where we can have things on the table that show us this is what we're doing now, this is where we need to be, and here are the specific action items that we're going to do to take us from where we are to where we need to be. Because HMGP is one funding source. It's only one funding source, but it just doesn't happen fast enough. It doesn't happen soon enough. And I realize that we haven't had a dedicated funding source like we do now with the local option sales tax, to where maybe we can address some of these issues. But I think it also comes down to how we're allocating our resources in our budget. And we have to look at if the community is clearly telling us that infrastructure is an issue, and I think you only need to drive around after these 100-year flood events that seem to happen more and more frequently now, that this is obviously an area of importance. And I have recommended that we look at land development code and ordinance related changes that can help with maybe tapping the brakes on development, as well as helping out with enforcement, operational and maintenance improvements, which is why I recommended the stormwater drainage maintenance plan, to where we can identify what stormwater drainage easements we own, which ones, what's the cost going to be of us to maintain them, and let's have a plan moving forward to improve that portion of stormwater drainage. And then the capital piece. Instead of picking a capital project based on what the emergency is of the day, let's have more of a structured effort based on our staff's leadership and knowledge of boots on the ground of where do we need to put dollars to work now. Because I know that staff's in a very difficult position, but when I look at the recommendations basically say, do more of the same. We need to have the ditches cleaned out, we need to work on that, and we need to have some more studies. I think if this board tells the public that we're going to have another study of stormwater drainage, it's not going to go well. I don't think we need any more studies as much as we need to identify areas where money needs to be put to work, and then we need to look at, I would recommend today that we direct staff to put out an RFP to update the impact fee study. We can't enact impact fees again to help with any capacity improvements, to help with any funding, unless we have the study. And so that's a step that, whether or not we bring back impact fees or not, we know we have to make. So instead of